the milk bottle on the doorstep, a tale of trust and community. My dear friends, as we gather here tonight by this gentle fire, let me carry you back to a time when life was slower, simpler, yet filled with a warmth that no riches could buy. It was the 1950s in America, a time when trust was not a luxury but the very air we breathed, woven into the fabric of our days. Each morning, without fail, the sound of clinking glass would greet our sleepy ears. Outside, upon the cold wooden steps of our porches, stood bottles of fresh milk, their cream glistening beneath the soft dawn light. They came as though by magic, left by the milkman who made his rounds before the world had properly awakened. To us children, it was nothing short of a marvel. That milk could simply appear, standing there patiently, waiting for Mother to fetch it in her apron. You must understand, my friends, no locks or chains guarded these bottles. They rested openly on doorsteps, unclaimed yet untouched, as if the whole town had silently vowed to protect them. Not once did we fear they would vanish, for what would it mean to take what was not yours? It was unthinkable then, as strange to us as stealing from one's own table. I remember, with sharp clarity, the mornings of winter. Frost lay heavy upon the windows, and our breath clouded the air inside our little house. When Mother opened the door, the chill rushed in, and there it stood, a glass bottle crowned with a cap of cream, so thick the children would beg for a spoonful before breakfast. Sometimes the cold would lift the cream right out of the neck, like a little tower of frozen sweetness. Oh, how our eyes lit up at that sight! But more than the taste of milk, it was the trust that nourished us. Neighbors lived not behind fences, but within each other's lives. We left our doors unlocked. We called out greetings across the street. The milk bottles, standing openly on every porch, were quiet symbols of a covenant unspoken. I trust you, and you trust me. There was one morning I recall most vividly. I was a boy, no more than 7, when I awoke before the others. I slipped on my shoes, crept outside, and found the bottle waiting. I held it in my small hands, the glass cold, the milk sloshing within. In that moment, I felt as though I held more than milk. I held the weight of a promise, a gentle reminder that the world was kind, that people were good. Years later, when the city grew larger, when locks became stronger and suspicion deeper, those bottles vanished from the doorsteps. Milk came in cartons from supermarkets, and the magic was gone. No longer did we find gifts at our doors each morning. No longer did a simple bottle testify to the goodness between neighbors. Yet even now, as I sit here among you, I can still hear the faint clink of glass in the dawn, and it stirs something deep within me. Those mornings were not just about milk. They were about trust, about living in a world where kindness was the rule, not the exception. So, my friends, let us not forget the lesson of those bottles on the doorstep, for in them lies a truth far richer than cream, that life is sweetest when built upon trust, when we see our neighbors not as strangers but as guardians of a shared home. And perhaps, in recalling these small, gentle rituals of yesterday, we may yet find a way to carry their spirit into tomorrow.